And reports coming in from 911 dispatch are that a portion of Springs Dock on Norris Lake here in Campbell County was destroyed by fire early this morning. The alarm came in at 3:55 with the Campbell County and the Pinecrest Fire Departments responding. Gone, just gone and smoldering is how one boat owner describes the scene at Springs Dock. He goes on to tell WLAF that his boat was among the 52 boats destroyed in what he calls Section C of the dock from the boat slips on down. No one was injured, but he adds that there are a lot of hurt and frustrated people as a result of the fire. On the water, Springs Dock is on the Powell River portion of Norris Lake, adjacent to Deerfield Resort on the east side of the county in the Alder Springs community. A local boater tells WLAF that Springs Dock was one of the more original boat docks and was owned by the Costello family for more than 25 years. Our own David Graham was at the dock this morning and has these shots of the damage. The Tennessee Highway Patrol releases the name of the person who was killed in last Wednesday's wreck on Interstate 75 at Vasper. Trooper Warren Crumley tells WLAF that 37-year-old William Buddy Kagan of Winchester, Kentucky, died in the 2 a.m. crash. The report outlines that Kagan and 3 other passengers were traveling north in a Chevrolet Suburban when it collided with an 18-wheeler carrying cardboard. The Kenworth rig was driven by 42-year-old Juan Blackwell of Lincoln, North Carolina. Blackwell was not injured. The Highway Patrol goes on to report to say that Kagan changed lanes with his SUV crossing in front of the tractor trailer at mile marker 133, which is between the I-75 Vasper Bridge and the hill that drops off into Caravel. The 18-wheeler struck the SUV in the rear, causing the SUV to overturn and eventually land on the right side of the interstate. The big rig continued heading left off into the median and then overturned. Kagan died at the scene while his 3 passengers, all from Winchester, were injured. They are 39-year-old Henry Caudale, 31-year-old Tommy Little, and Chastity Ingram. Ingram turns 26 this month. Trooper Crumley says wearing the belts would have made a difference. Tests are being run to determine whether any of the parties involved were under the influence of drugs. Funeral services for Kagan are scheduled for tomorrow in his hometown of Winchester. He leaves behind a wife and 6 children. Campbell County Commission meets in workshop session this evening at the courthouse. The Recreation Committee meeting is at 4:30, while the Budget and Finance meets at 5 o'clock. The actual workshop starts at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, Caravel City Council holds its regular monthly meeting at 7 at City Hall. Among Caravel's items under new business is consideration of approval to lease land at the Herschel Collins Industrial Park to Orica USA. Orica is based in Australia with more than 14,000 employees worldwide in more than 50 counties. It's one of the world's leading mining services companies. The Campbell County Board of Education's regular monthly meeting is tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the courthouse. And in sports, Campbell wins over Carnes in its Friday night football game by a final score of 20-9. The Cougars improved to 2-2. This Friday at Knoxville, Campbell takes on Hardin Valley. The WLAF Pilot Sports Network has all the radio, television, and web coverage. At Jellicoe, Kings Academy held on to win 34-22 Friday night. The Blue Devils scored 16 unanswered second-half points. This Friday, Jellicoe hosts Sunbright, and you can hear the game live over our web channel, 1450WLAF.com. And that's the news for this Monday. We'll be back with a press release from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department. And taking a look at the press release from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department, 37 people were booked into the Campbell County Jail during this past weekend. Angela Renee Allen, 42, of Bill Brown Lane in La Follette, entered the jail to serve court-imposed time. 74-year-old Jimmy P. Bolton of South Highway 25W La Follette for disorderly conduct. Matthew Bolton, age 30, of South Highway 25W La Follette for disorderly conduct. 24-year-old Joshua D. Boswell of Taylor, Michigan for simple possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. Dennis Burris, Jr., age 23, of Highway 116 Caryville for aggravated burglary and for theft of property between $1,000 and $9,999. 40-year-old Christopher Lee Burge of Breezeway Lane in Caryville for violation of probation and an attachment for child support. Hector Carrera, 32, of South Cumberland Avenue, La Follette for DUI, violation of the driver license law and driving on the wrong side of the road. Thomas Doyle Crow, Jr., 18, of Spruce Lane in Caryville for public intoxication. 47-year-old Timothy E. Dice of Houston, Texas for public intoxication and on a hold for another agency. Todd Parker Erdman, 53, of Lake Drive Lane in La Follette for failure to maintain control of a vehicle, DUI, and violation of the implied consent law. 29-year-old Robert Wayne Evans of Tartown Hollow Lane in La Follette for public intoxication and aggravated criminal trespassing. Joshua Richard Gibson, 23, of Struck, Kentucky for driving while suspended, violation of a traffic control device, and violation of the Tennessee financial law. 25-year-old Anthony Tobias Green, Jr. of Austell, Georgia for driving while suspended. Lindsay Brooke Holmes, age 20, of Carwin Road, La Follette for violation of the registration law and driving while suspended. 22-year-old Michael Aaron Ivy of Highcliff Lane in Jellicoe for public intoxication. 57-year-old Fred Thomas Jones, Jr. of Loop Valley Road in Pioneer was picked up and held for another agency. Lonnie Wayne Justice, 65, of Woolridge Pike in Jellicoe entered the jail to serve court-imposed time. 31-year-old Lowell W. Ladd of Chapel View Drive, La Follette entered the jail to serve court-imposed time and introduction of contraband into a penal institution. Joshua Logan Like, 22, of Douglas Lane in Jellicoe for driving while revoked, violation of the light law, and expired tags. 40-year-old Michael Jason Martin of West 4th Street, La Follette for driving while revoked or suspended, third offense. Dusty A. Napier, 31, of Rose Hill Drive, La Follette entered the jail to serve court-imposed time. 21-year-old Travis Jamal Parks of Jones Trailer Park, La Follette on a capious bench warrant and domestic violence. Cody Matthew Patterson, 25, of Springs Lane, La Follette for violation of probation. 55-year-old Leroy Sexton of Jacksboro Plaza in Jacksboro for public intoxication. Donald Bradley Shown, 33, of Pinecrest Road in Jacksboro for domestic assault. 22-year-old Ashley Nicole Silcox of Cedar Circle in Jacksboro for violation of probation. 25-year-old Christopher Cody Simpkins of Elk Fort Road in Pioneer on a capious bench warrant. Candace K. Stamper, 53, of South Sudini Lane in La Follette for theft of property under $500. 33-year-old Clinton Lee Swain of North 23rd Street, La Follette for domestic assault. Franklin Edward Wallace, 28, of Murphy, North Carolina for violation of probation on a capious theft of property between $500 and $999 and vandalism. Nathan E. Ward, 24, of Countryside Circle in Jacksboro for burglary and theft of property under $500. 25-year-old Christopher Watson of Donna Lane in La Follette for driving while suspended and violation of the light law. Jackson Tyler White, 21, of East Central Avenue, La Follette, entered the jail to serve court-imposed time. 26-year-old Felicia N. Williams of Habersham Road in Duff on an attachment for child support. Carlessa D. Wilson, 23, of Springs Lane, La Follette, on a capious bench warrant. 30-year-old Gracie Lynn Wright of Steiner Lane, La Follette, on a capious bench warrant. And last today, Stephen Warren Zucchini, 47, of Brick Plant Road in Jellicoe, for second offense DUI, violation of the light law, and violation of the seatbelt law. And that's a look at the news and the press release for this Monday. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to join us here again tomorrow.
Good Monday evening, Campbell County. Jason Shockley here with you for your WLAF and Eastside Pizza and Deli Birthday Club. Celebrating birthdays today, we have Shannon and Greg Thornton, Johnny Cooper, a belated birthday to Teresa Brummett, Bill Archer, and a belated birthday to Wanda Johnson. For our anniversaries today, we have Don and Betty Allen, Charles and Brenda Rose, and Steve and Lorene Goins celebrating anniversaries. Happy birthday and anniversary to each of you. Hope you're enjoying your special days. I want to remind each and every one of you out there in the county that you can call us, email us, or fax us anytime this week and be eligible for Friday's drawings for 2 free dinners to Eastside Pizza and Deli. We thank you for tuning in and invite you to stay tuned. Your news continues after this.